there, and he played another 5 or 10 minutes almost on one leg. So great character from him. Really proud of him for that. Yeah, I'm really proud of him, Harry. Yeah, really proud of a player playing with one leg for 10 minutes when he's got 13 games he could get involved in for United in the next 6 weeks in a meaningless friendly. I'm really pleased that he played 10 minutes with a bad injury. Super, smashing, great, brilliant. What brilliant coaching that is. Absolutely ridiculous. And you know what the worst bit is? You can make 5 subs. England had made 4 and had 2 centre-backs sat on the bench in the Crystal Palace lad, Guehi, and also Cody. So, yeah, really proud of that. Really proud of that top-level stupidity from Southgate. And, you know, Maguire's got to take some responsibility, but ultimately, we've all been there as players. You get a knock, you don't want to go off. It's not really on Maguire, but Southgate, absolutely. I'm fuming about that. I'm absolutely fuming about that. He could have made a sub, and we've got a player in a meaningless bloody game playing for 5 or 10 minutes with a bad injury when we've got 13 games coming up in 6 weeks. Absolute ridiculous. And I really don't think that Maguire will grasp this. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But this, for me, is far from... I mean, look, Maguire actually said after the game on Instagram yesterday that he was basically apologised for his mistake. And I actually replied to his Instagram post and said, well done for, you know, owning up to your mistakes and moving forward, because we don't normally get that from Maguire. So I don't have a massive problem with Harry Maguire. He's where he should be. He's on the bench at Manchester United because Varane and Martinez are better than him at the moment. That's simple. He's still our third choice centre-back, and he still will play games for United, and I still want him to do well in the mould of a McTominay or a Bruno or a Rashford who've improved massively this season. So I don't agree with these people who are just saying sell Maguire, he's rubbish, he's this, that and the other. I mean, he's going to be here this season, and much the same as David De Gea or Scott McTominay or Marcus Rashford or Bruno or any other player that maybe the jury's out on a little bit, he's going to be here this season. We've got loads of games to play. I need, and you need, Harry Maguire playing well, and that's what Eric Ten Hag wants as well. But he is the third choice centre-back. So all this like sell Maguire is total shit stuff, I don't really want to hear about that, because he's a Man United player and we need him over the next few weeks, and we need him to be ready and fresh and fit and in a good state of mind. And I think that the water is becoming a little bit muddied look, Varane and Martinez are better than him. They're our first choice centre-backs. But we need Maguire and Lindelof and hopefully Twansebi to be fit and ready to go in case there are any issues. So this complete disregard that he's a completely useless footballer, I've never been on that page. I think that we need him fit, and we need squad players, and we need backup players. And I probably would sell Maguire soon so that we can bring a more suitable centre back in to suit our system. But I'm furious. I'm furious about how Southgate has handled this. I'm absolutely furious. I really am. Like, we can't play Varane and Martinez every bloody 3 days for the next 6 weeks. We've got 13 games to play. And we've now got a player that's gone on England duty. I mean, he's sat on the bench for United for the last month. He's gone on England duty because he never lets England down and he's fundamental to England. He goes on England duty. What does Southgate do? Picks him for 90 minutes in both games, keeps him on the pitch when he's injured, and basically does sod all to protect a player that's actually under massive scrutiny at the moment. There was outcry that he was even called up to that squad. What does Southgate do? Calls him up, tells everyone what a world-class centre-back he is, picks him in 2 games where he doesn't play world-class, makes himself look an idiot, puts more pressure on Maguire, and then, plays him injured as well. From a Man United point of view, that's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. And Harry Kane coming out like we're bloody playing in the 80s and it's Terry Butcher with a bloody strap-on round his head. And I don't mean that sort of strap-on. Terry Butcher with a strap-on his head. Heading the ball. No, he had like he cut his eye in the late 80s. Terry Butcher, who's an England centre-back. He cut his eye and he strapped this bloody bandage around his head. And it was bleeding through, and we got a draw for England. And, it was the 80s. He wasn't running around with a strap on his head. Anyway, so, yes. Players, I just don't know where that... I don't know where that ridiculous logic comes from now that I'm really proud... I mean, this is Harry Kane. I'm really proud of Maguire because He's played injured for 10 minutes. Oh my God, it's 2022. It's 2022. This thing is called squads technique, modern football. And we're championing people who've had a bad game playing with an injury. Like, there's 2 centre-backs on the bench, Harry Kane. 2 centre-backs on the bench, and he's allowed to make another sub. What part of Southgate's head is going, Harry Maguire's injured, he's hobbling around, there's 10 minutes to go, he's not playing very well anyway, let's keep him on. Connor Cody's like, do you want me? No, let's keep. I mean, that just defies logic on incompetent management. But the second thing about it as well is, as a decent manager, after the Italy game would have said to Harry Maguire, you don't look on it, I'm not playing you against Germany because I've got to protect you and I need you in the World Cup. And if you play against Germany and you play bad, it puts pressure on you, puts pressure on me. I'm not going to play you. You did reasonably well against Italy. I'm not going to play you against Germany. Just to, enjoy the meet-up. You're a big part of my plans in the World Cup. What does Southgate do? Naive, crap management again. Plays him in a game. He gets destroyed in front of everybody. And now Maguire's confidence is on the floor and he's injured as well. It's Prattgate. It really is. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, I just wanted to get that off my chest because I'm disgusted that you've got England's captain shouting out Harry Maguire for playing with one leg for 10 minutes when we've got 2 centre-backs on the bench and we've got another sub we can make. It's crap. It's nonsense. It's the sort of thing naive journalists fall into the trap and go, yeah, go on, yeah. Stupidity. Absolute stupidity. But it is time to focus for Manchester United, and this international break is thankfully virtually over now. We've just got to get through tonight. Brazil, Portugal are playing, and Argentina tonight. So a few more players. But as we know, the Malacias, the Ericssons, the Luke Shaws, the Harry Maguires, the Scott McTominays, the Rafael Varanes, international duties over for them, back to Manchester, preparing for the weekend. And that's what Ten Hag will be doing now. It's about focusing on the next 6 weeks, 13 games in 6 weeks, starting with the derby on Sunday. We're going to be playing every 3 days. It's going to be relentless. And in the main, I think that the international break has gone okay for United. People have got game time. They've played well. The Ericssons, the Varanes, the Delos, they've played well. And we're going into a really key period. Unfortunately, the players that went into the international break with question marks over them have come out of it. Well, I suppose Maguire's the only one, really. And I blame that on Southgate. I really, really do. But you know what? I actually think that there's a really interesting thing to say, and that was from Luke Shaw. And I don't